Jake here?
Jake. Jake who? Henderson.
Well, anyway, the newest member of the Shark Patrol. Jake's star power was discovered when photos of him in a Speedo during the 2010
I think these are all in
Florida
memory
trip. The Central Catholic's baseball team were posted on the internet and went viral in less than 60 seconds.
You had to fill out that sheet and then turn it into
Devell Costin
I did too.
was listed in the latest Guinness Book of World Records as the most award-winning rapper of all time. Jeremy Alt recently replaced Travis Barker as the drummer in Blink-182. And they are back together, by the way, which is great news.
You know who Blink-182 is?
Second favorite band behind Green Day.
Wow. Dookie. All right, having experienced the pleasure of performing The Sound of Music their senior year, several of the cast members have chosen related careers. Katie Krause visited Austria in 2014 to sing The Hills Are Alive in the Alps and hasn't been seen since. Paul Linder is a Nazi hunter and recently broke up a white supremacist group that was planning a riot near CCHS. Caitlin Soralski and Dawn Scotland founded a new order of nuns called the Sisters of the Fighting Irish. They now have teachers all over Northwest Ohio. Chris Zavik, did I say that? Thank you, is an events promoter and has just finished the national tour of the Cherry Street Boys. Kane Anderson, Sean Dixon, Patrick Neal, and Aaron Tracy. Chris Peterson.
Hey, Jess Suter's remix of Beyonce's Bootylicious is now the most requested video on MTV. Meg Schneider has been hired as head sound and lighting manager for American Idol. Yes, that's still going on in 2020. Brian Hanley, president of the Sky's the Limit Productions, won his 5th Oscar. Following his dream to become a famous figure in the movie industry, Chuck Stein has won numerous awards for his extraordinary work as head popcorn bagger at the Hollywood Cinema. And finally, Molly Desmond, where are you, Molly?
I missed Alyssa's part.
Has been cast in the role of Cindy Lou Who in the upcoming remake of How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Dateline 2017. Lauren Eccles is still studying. Silly Moles is still silly. Miles, Silly Miles. Is that you? You're still silly. Now from the world of sports. Carolyn Hoover will be the first female starting quarterback in the NFL. The Lions picked her in the draft saying, why not? We haven't won a game in 10 years. All guys. Kyle Burkhardt set a new world record by place kicking a football that burst through the stratosphere and is still traveling to Mars. Kyle, where are you? Yeah, I know you can kick. Vincenzo Cardoni and Nico Covarrubias have become 2 of the top performers, wrestlers in the WWF. When asked why they've never used a stage name, they replied with an accent, duh, Vincenzo Cardoni, Nico Covarrubias, why mess with perfection?
I'm glad you had that. After numerous incidents of being knocked out cold while competing on UFC Unleashed, Joe Sankowski is now an announcer for the program. His job is to hold a boombox on his shoulder and simply nod as Rampage and Rashad do the commentary. Sean Hoffman has won the title of the world's strongest man by pulling a truck from Ohio to Texas. Very strong. Jamal Tarrant has fulfilled his dream of becoming a professional gymnast. He's the first person to win an Olympic gold medal in the vault. Garen Duhart recently set a world record by sprinting faster than the speed of light. In doing so, he broke through the stratosphere and has just retrieved Kyle Burkhardt's football. Well done. Another CCHS graduate has made it into the Guinness Book of World Records. Ryan Huster has officially broken every bone in his body. Very painful. Lucas Hafner is now part of the Detroit Red Wings as the official Zamboni driver. Tough gig. Colin Barsick, an actual Red Wings player, said that he always knew Lucas would make it big someday.
Tom Dysart? Where is he? Down front here. Well, Tom, you've been recognized as MVP of the world champion Ultimate Frisbee team, which is a member of We Play Frisbee in front of our school league. And Justin and Liz Cousineau quit as UT's broomball coaches, or did their players just walk out on them? Stephen Graver just finished competing in a Tour de France. However, he was disqualified when he crossed the finish line without a bicycle, and officials realized that he completed the entire race on foot. Now from the world of business, Emily Snyder. Where are you, Emily? Here? Here, over here. Emily has just received a patent for a new GPS system called We'll Circle Around and Meet in the Middle. And the U.S. has adopted a new system of measurement. We will now measure in, is it Tuzins?
Troy Tolan, where are you? Well, Troy Tolan has filed for bankruptcy after his beet farm eventually disappeared and he couldn't make it in the paper football league. Danny Peebles has been named CEO of the Kroger Company. Ashley Kinsler, the new editor-in-chief of the New York Times. Olivia Brown, new eyewear company, Periffs it's called, has reached over $1 billion in sales. Seems that having peripheral vision is important to people. Amanda Dew, selected as the perfect test patient for Stanford University's sleep clinic study to determine how effective students can sleep in a classroom environment.
I get politics. All right, from the world of politics, Bethany Diakou has been named ambassador to Greece. Unfortunately, she can't speak Greek. Tom Sadoz has declared his candidacy for President of the United States. He has chosen Taylor Sawyer as his running mate. Amber Gang was recently appointed to as the U.S. ambassador to Ireland after a successful visit with the country's head leprechaun, Marty McDonald, to confirm the actual presence of sheep and potatoes in the country. In other news tonight, May 19th, 2020, after spending the last 10 years trying to finish his college diploma, Bryce Pfeiffer finally gave it up due to pop quizzes and everyone but him seemed to know about. Jeremy Obi saved the world by harnessing the power of his great-grandfather, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ryan Clayton has won the Worldwide Chess Championship for 5 consecutive years. Congratulations, Ryan. Congratulations. Most recently, besting a computer with not one but both hands tied behind his back. Impressive. Michael Lodge's support group, CCHS, Gingers Have Souls. Well, that continues to grow. Members now include Jeremy Alt, Matt Powers, Sean Richards, Molly Vetter, and Megan Hankinoff.
Caitlin Kritzman? She here? Not here? Well, Caitlin, referred to as the cat lady of the USA, has saved over 250 stray cats and has turned the entire basement of her home into one giant litter box.
Ew.
After watching the movie Spider-Man for the 1000th time, Shelley Demkowski was certain she could climb walls better than old Spidey. Bad idea. We have breaking news. After a fit of coughing, Katie LeBlanc has just been pronounced dead. Thus fulfilling the prophecy by Father Paul during her senior year at CCHS. And it seems like some members of the class of 2010 have fallen into a life of crime. Michaela Lockett was arrested last night on charges of impersonating a palm reader. Monica Klanowski, Martha Smith, and Chuck Gabur were arrested on dog napping charges after breaking into Mrs. Terry McIntyre's home and nabbing her Sheltie Brody, who is still missing. They did this despite the warnings of their self-proclaimed super genius friend Nick Hoffman, who isn't as smart as he thinks, because he was recently kicked out of a local pub for standing on a bar stool and yelling, "Shut up, everybody," and then arrested the next day on charges of cruel and unusual treatment of his pet squirrel.
You guys all watched Superbad, the movie? You know who McLovin is?
Exactly.
Well, the actor, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who is McLovin, was the victim of identity theft.
Tim! Tim!
Tim Finlayson. Tim Finlayson was convicted of impersonating the actor and has been sentenced to actually act in a remake of the movie. He was heard yelling, "No, please just give me jail time."
Tim!
The FBI busted Sean Love for the illegal selling of pop and chips out of his car.
So true.
Finally, we turn to a follow-up story about the top 6 homecoming and top 5 super fella candidates. Where are they now? Well, Casey Boyle showed up at the class of 2010 10-year reunion with her husband and 12 children in tow, each with their own collar and... Allie Freddy is with the Pittsburgh Steelers football team, not as a cheerleader, but as head water girl. Julie Marquette.
Julia.
Dishonorably discharged from the National Guard after continually throwing grapes at officers and new recruits. Dawn Scotland just submitted her homecoming speech to Mrs. McCarthy saying, "Perfection takes time." Brooke Welling caused great embarrassment for her alma mater as she broke into laughter while reading a prayer at the Easter Mass of the Vatican. She began just fine with "Dear Jesus" and could not stop laughing to finish the prayer. Sad to say, Jenna Wetzel, is Jenna here? Oh, Jenna. Sent to prison for causing a ruckus at the Louvre Art Museum in Paris. In her defense, she said, "I just wanted to touch it." McLovin, you can take a punch, man. That is cool. That is very cool. All right, Alex Adamczyk, right? Started a very successful company called Glow Technology, which produces glow-in-the-dark necklaces. His biggest customer is Central Catholic. Chris Pope has declared his intent to become a priest and give the real Pope a run for his money. Much to the dismay of Crystal Daisy, we're hoping that World War III doesn't break out because of this. Andrew Troy, one of the top engineers in the country, has designed a space vehicle for exploration of the sun. When asked about the heat factor, he replied, "There are some risks involved." Chris Peterson, take us home.
Scott Wakowiak? Where, you're here, Scott? Well, I'm sorry. Just announced the new face of Abercrombie & Fitch. He'll be on every shopping bag all across the world.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Not that there's anything wrong
And
with
there
that.
are many more stories yet to come.
sure
We
there's
don't
higher
have time to tell them all tonight. The creative and dynamic group of individuals will surely accomplish much in the wide world and beyond. We hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And oh, wait, this just in. Lauren Eccles is still studying. We truly do wish you the very best today. We enjoyed coming over and sharing part of your night tonight.